I don't care what's going on. I'm going to promote my small business. Even if I'm not getting any likes, I'm going to be on here promoting my small business. One day this little hustle going to turn into my biggest blessing. So everybody, promote your small business.
First of all, I have to apologize because my mic is spoiled. My volume might be, a little bit here and there. I've not repaired it or bought another one. I don't know if I can still repair it or not. So, guys, what I have here is my fabric folded into 4 places. This is the first one and this is the second one. So, the length I have is my final length. I want it to be a long bubu gown. So we are going to be starting. This side is on fold, the two of them are on fold. I use the entire width of my adire fabric. If it's African fabric you're using, you can decide to use the whole of the width. It doesn't matter. It will, it's a one size fits all, so you can use width, whatever width of your fabric. But if you're using chiffon to do this, or you're using crepe, make sure the width you're going to use is at least 22.5 inches, at least, or less. So first I'm going to mark the neck width. The neck width I'm using is 3 inches. I'll mark it here. And the neck depth I'm using for the back is going to be 1.5 inches. I will mark it and I'll connect this line to this. So next, from here we're going to come down the length of the sleeve. The length of the sleeve I'm using is 15 inches. I'm going to mark it here like this, and I will do this. So this will be the sleeve length, and this is basically what we need. On this sleeve length, I'm going to come in 15 inches. So from the center front and the center back, I'm going to mark 15 inches, and I'll, mark it. I'm trying to connect it to this line, so I'll mark it here. And this 15 inches, I'm going to take it all the way down to the hemline. So I'm going to take this down like this, 15 inches. So you connect this like this. It's a box dress. So guys, the next thing you will do is just to do a lazy man curve like this. Just curve it in this way. It doesn't matter how you shape it. Next, I'm going to cut this place out. So let me cut it out. Can you guys see? So this is what we have. Next, on the neckline, I'm going to just notch this, the front and back. I'll hold the two of them and notch it. Then I'm going to cut out just the back. Now with this notch, I will know already where my shoulder is starting. So I'm going to take away the back. So we'll be cutting a V-neck line design for this front side. So what we're going to be doing, I'm taking notes of my 3 inches, as you can see here. So I'm going to set this aside, and I will bring in the fabric I'm using. So what I have here is a velvet leftover fabric that I have before, but at least if you want any plain fabric for this, you can at least get at least half yard, which will be enough for you. So I have already gone ahead and interfaced it, as you can see. The next thing I would do is to fold this into two like this, and you make sure at least you should have from here to here 5.5. You're going to fold it into two like this. So you have to fold it in a way that one side will be longer than the other side, and at least this side should measure like 5.5 inches, and then this other side should measure at least 7.5 inches. So I'm going to mark a straight line like this. So for the length, you should make it at least 17 inches or more. Let me make it. Next, for the length, you should make it at least 17 inches. Okay, let me make it 18 inches. That way, when I'm done folding it, it would align. So I have 18 inches here. I'll cut this out. So now that I have it like this, we're going to be getting the V neckline. So the next thing I will do is to come in here with the same 3 inches that we have there. So I'm going to make 3 inches. I'll mark this here like this. And then, sorry, this is not showing. I think maybe I should turn it the other way around. So now what we have to do is the 3 inches that I marked, the 3 inches width for the neckline. I'm going to mark it here, 3 inches. And I'm going to come down 9.5 inches. So I'm going to connect this to this. It's going to be a very sharp V neckline. And then I'll cut this out. Then it's going to be like this. Can you guys see? So the next thing you will do is to decide whatever design you want for the lower part. For me, I might do something like this, and I make it something like this, so that I will have something that looks like this. Can you guys see? So I'll go ahead and iron this out. I'm going to just flip this like this, fold this way to iron it, and also fold this one in to iron this like that before I now finally bring this in. So let me go ahead and do that. So here is it. I have ironed it. I make sure what I have in is at least 1 inch all the way through. So the next thing I will do is to bring my main fabric. This is the wrong side of the fabric. Okay, this is the right side. This is the right side of the fabric. So I'm going to turn it like this. This is the wrong side. So I'm going to place this like this on this place using the notch that I have made for the neckline. I'm going to place this like this. So you know this is very center like this. This is center like this. Now I'm going to pin this down. So I'll go ahead and sew in 1/2 inch like this, all the way like this and like that. This is it after sewing it. So I'll go ahead and cut this out like this. Make sure you also notch this into the V neckline, very close to it, so that at least it's looking straight. That way the V-neck sharpness will be there. So I'm sure it will be straight like this. Next, I'm going to flip it over to the front. Go ahead and understitch this here. I'll just understitch it. Make sure this is standing straight. You understitch it all the way through. This is it after understitching it. Can you guys see? So I'll go ahead and arrange it so that I have my clean V neckline like this. So then you go ahead and pin it down. Just pin it down at strategic points. So you just go ahead to your machine and just stitch it at the edge like that. Stitch it this way and that way and you're done. So this is it after sewing it. I've also gone ahead and used facing for the back, as you can see. So I'll go to my machine now and place this like this. I also interface the facing. So I'll just go ahead and place this like this. And I'm going to go and sew it straight. I'll do the same thing on the other side. So as you can see, I'm done joining the shoulders. So what I will do for the sleeve, the last video I made a turn up. This time around, we're going to be folding the whatever. We're going to be folding it inside for this tutorial. So what I have here is scrap fabric. Can you see? I joined everywhere. It's a fabric that I have, pieces that I have. I just joined it. So I'm going to go to my machine, right side facing together. Remember, this is the right side of this. I'm just going to place this like this, turn it the other way, under stitch it, and with the help of, you can see I have ironed this side. By the time I turn it over like that, I'll just go ahead and sew on top of it. I'll do the same thing for the other side. So this is it after sewing it. Can you see? And I top stitched it on this place. You will not see it. So the next thing I will do is just to go and fold it like this and sew it on top of it. Just sew it neatly on top of it that way. So this is it after top stitching it, and you know this is the back. So you go ahead and join the right side facing together like this, and you're going to sew the side seam. So you're going to place it like this, and you're going to sew the side seam all the way down. And when you're done sewing the side seam, you go ahead and hem the lower part. You can hem it this way, half inch. If it's 1 inch that you added, you hem it this way. If it's 2 inches you added, you can now hem it like this and hem it that way, depending on the allowance you gave for the hemming. And now guys, we have come to the end of today's video. I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye.